What's up, guys? It's really, really red on the camera. Okay, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Get back to normal. Economic calendar. We have nothing today, really. Tomorrow, small business optimism. Never heard that. That's last week's. Okay. There you go. Today, housing market index. Could move the market a little bit. I keep a watch on if you're holding positions that you get it open. Keep an eye on those going into 10. The housing market and the jobs market has a lot to do with inflation and whatnot. Same with tomorrow, 8:30, we have housing, building permits, and then Wednesday is going to be the big catalyst of the week with FOMC and my birthday. So congratulations to me. But Wednesday we do have FOMC. We'll go over that game plan probably more tomorrow, more Wednesday. I'm gonna do a special stream for FOMC, and then rock some cash for that one. Thursday, job claims, of course. Friday, really nothing. So the main thing is going to be Wednesday, guys. FOMC. Are they going to do 0.75 or are they going to do 1.0? That's the big question. The big thing we're waiting on. So let's go back to Friday. What happened Friday? Friday was the 16th, right? Go 5 minute, make it. Well, we'll just go to SPY. SPY's a little bit easier to watch or easier to gauge. Pretty much nothing really happened. Another range bound day. Basically, get rid of these. Basically, a double bottom. Double bottom and kind of a breakout from this downtrend was the only kind of real play out there. Kind of squeezed into end of day. Nice little squeeze in the end of day. It was quad witching. A lot of my swings, I told people just kind of turn the computer off. This price action is really not going to depend on what's going to happen later. Just a lot of money switching hands. Basically what quad witching is, but that was basically the only play on Friday. Pretty much a good scalp day for futures. Nothing really crazy going on. Let's look at the volume profile from open to close. Most of the volume did come into the bottom. QQQ, kind of the same thing. Had a nice end of day squeeze. In quad witching, you can't be like, that's a bullish thing right there. You're really not looking into that. Just kind of end of day quad witching. Just turn your computer off. There's really no point of watching it. But yes, let's go ES on the monthly. look at the naked chart. Monthly's looking pretty bad. We had a nice balance here, and then it just seems like we're going to continue to drop. Upper wick, kind of have a nice upper wick. We're at the bottom. So not looking, just on a naked chart, this does not look good at all. Weekly, we had a double outside week. So keep that on watch. I have my broad information. I move that there. That's fine. Kind of your broad information, we're at the bottom of it. Let's see if we're going to break down or are we going to create another outside week, which we technically are inside or outside, and now we're back inside. So I doubt we make 1, 2, 3 outside weeks. It'd be crazy. But that's just showing the nice range, nice moves up and down in the market. Daily, a lot of people, I'm reading that we're due for a bounce. I do not think we're due for a bounce. Just look at this drop with one down, nice little bounce, big drop. We had a nice push up, big drop, but we're really not that far from our spot. You want to kind of see how much this dropped from here. Let's kind of take some fibs and see if any fibs work out. It's Fabo. Let's just brighten everything. Use one color, brighten it up so you kind of make it obvious. So from our August 16th, we dropped here. We popped up, we retraced half. Then we continued down to the 2. So retraced half, continue down to the 2. So if that is a theme from here to here, this one kind of came way up. Was this backwards, but the 2 is way down here at 35.49. You'll see we pop up, we continue down, we pop up, we continue down. People are saying we're due for a bounce, but look, we popped up here, but we have we're just right there at that pivot. So I think we have a little more downside. I don't know. But pretty unhealthy week last week. From top to bottom, down 328 points. That's kind of not good. Our volume profile, let's just look at the volume profile from that sell-off. Our main, we're collecting some volume here. If we are able to pop up, I like a little retrace to our kind of review POC. Kind of keep that on watch. A lot of volume came in here. Sellers came up, retraced, continued. So if we are able to pop up, definitely watch us to pop up to this level right here, which is a daily supply on my chart. Here, let's get rid of that. I don't know what that is. Get rid of that. Kind of cleaning my chart up a little bit. Have get my haircut tonight. We have our big drop. We based, and we continue drop, causing a gap down to continuation. You definitely want to see another gap right here. I definitely don't want to see it filled. seems like a resistance. We're catching a lot of resistance right here at like 3,900. Definitely keep that on watch. And also I'm watching, I forgot where we pop up, kind of this doji on the hour, where you can tell obviously sellers came in pretty strong here. We based, we dropped again. So, you know, kind of lower time frame, I'm definitely watching this 38.91, the 38.98 right here, this doji. We had a strong push up, and then sellers came in with the Asian market opening. Right now we're catching a few bids here, which if we go back, there's kind of this drop we based, and then we had a beautiful, look at this strong push up. So this is a spot we can actually see a little bounce. Look at this strong bounce here. If you break it down, you know, you can tell, oh yeah, that last doji is what I'll be watching right here. I'm gonna bring it down to the whole price action. If we break through that, you know, we're back down to this, where obviously buyers came in pretty strong here. And then we're probably going to come back down to here, which buyers came in pretty strong to there. And then we're going down to even lower. But don't want to get too far ahead. If you guys could like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. That like button. But we are catching some nice bids here. We kind of are at our, you know, at the bottom part of our bar information. I just use it as reference. I don't take place off of it. I just like to use it as reference. And Q, let's go naked chart on the monthly. You guys be doing this every day. Like, go to your naked charts, look at your, just look, try to get sentiment, a little bias going. You know, try to figure out what looks, you know, how it looks. And this just is not looking good unless we have a complete reversal on this candle. You know, we have just our early bounce and then upper wick down, upper wick, you know, bodies on the bottom. Definitely selling candles. Go to the weekly, same thing, double outside week. Go to our daily. I clean this up because always one little hair that gets stuck in that. You know, like always, we're looking for that daily, kind of daily, nice, beautiful daily candle right there. Drop down. Friday's candle looks a little bullish, but I wouldn't take much into it because it's quad witching. A lot of people are looking at volume on Friday. Don't look at the volume of a stock. His volume of stocks can be all different. Because there's people who are going to roll, people who are going to sell, people who are going to buy. You know, there's moving money around. But right now, kind of have you know, we had a little bounce. NQ looks a little stronger, so keep that on watch. We haven't created a new low here. From Friday, you can tell. Yeah, from Friday, ES has. NQ hasn't. Even though it's saying it's minus 91 compared to ES minus 8.87. Still definitely a little bit weaker. Seems like, you know, if we want to see if the main thing is this, see what we're doing. See if we're just flagging. Kind of want the slide, so clone it. Spy swings are looking good right now. Yeah. I did kind of get a little nervous on those, but we'll talk about that kind of towards the end when we go through all our charts. our current place. But let's see if we're just flagging. A breakdown of this flag could get us down to 11.7. But we're bouncing back and forth. SPY. Decent gap down. Definitely watch the lows yesterday or Friday. And I said this was early on. I said these are like the only plays I saw. On Friday, you kind of had this double bottom. Popped up and you just consolidated, broke above. You can use that downtrend or you could have used this downtrend. And both plays would have caught you a decent end of day call profits. But the main thing you're wanting to watch is are we gonna be able to break below those lows? We have a gap below. No, what is this box? No, it's a gap with dividends. I don't just debit for dividends. I don't understand the proper way to use that, but sub Stevie. But definitely watch Friday's lows. You know, if we do break down, we do have a gap. Not 100% sure where the gap is because you could change it based on dividends. So, but we do have a gap below. Even gap below it's 370. Oil. Let's look at oil. Oil just seems to be continuing down. Kind of watching this little, possibly a little bounce here. But remember, pretty sure Biden's gonna buy oil at 80, so keep that on watch if you do want to play oil. But oil, I love just simple TA done on oil right here. If you're up at 1 a.m. So I love futures 1 a.m. Every 10 cents is $10. So you got, every penny is $1. So you got, that's a $3,000 play right here. Isn't that simple bear flag? Dollar index. Definitely watch this. Something's brewing. When we dropped, we had a good rally in the market right here. We popped up. Here's our correction, and then we're just kind of just straight sideways. Nothing going on. VIX. We caught a beautiful downside on the market with VIX. You should always chart VIX. We had until we had this nice rally here. We rallied, we flagged into demand, wedged, flagged into demand. We could tell how many, look at the buyers, even though VIX doesn't have volume, but you could tell stayed out of here every time it came down here, popped up. So that supplied us with some good puts. Nice gap up. End of day, we had that little rally push end of day. Of course, another gap up. We're just chilling right here, right now. Above this, we get to like 29. We break 29s, we go into 30s, and then we're gonna start using kind of our last FOMC. Was June 15th, was right here. You can tell FOMC was kind of volume goes down, or VIX goes down, but that's because the market rallies. But pretty simple. I'm watching this flag. Are we gonna? We pushed up from the flag, so we usually break up from the flag. Are we flagging and then continuing up like that? So we'll definitely watch the break above on the flag. Apple. We have far out Apple puts. Basically followed flow on that. they got loaded. Apple overall, if we are able to catch a little rebound, definitely watching. Two nice demands above. I don't like it. I'm not really, or two supplies above, really not watching. What's up, Brad? Decent candle on Friday, but you know, Friday kind of, I would throw any technical analysis on Friday. Just kind of, I really wouldn't look into it because of quad witching. The main thing on Apple is at 150 level. We had test above, broke below. We seem to want to hold below it, but of course, market rally at end of day. So if you want to play a relief, if we do catch a relief, watch that 150 level on Apple. Could be a nice play. Watch the rejection. Definitely want to see that 150 level. Pretty psych level. You can tell right here. This is what I like to see is you have it pop up. Nice little consolidation above it. Was able to hold it on that 2 minute. And then continuation up. So Apple end of day could have been really nice. Nice 1% move up. So watch that 150 level. As of right now, we're holding below it. AMD. AMD, the 76 level. Below that, it's going to be 70, like 72, 72.5. You can look at this 76 level. Seems a nice bounce here. We broke below. We consolidated, broke above. We got to switch all my last weeks. And then look at, we had a bounce here. Rejected it here. Could have been a nice put on Friday. Broke above. My birthday is Wednesday. Right. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm gonna do a special stream. It's FOMC, so I'm gonna do a special stream for FOMC. But there's that 76 level again. We broke below, tested it, continued down. So definitely watch 76 level. I'd personally stay away from semis right now. I think they're kind of oversold. So but also look at AMD. If you look at sweet, yeah, July 5th there. I don't know. AMD, we're still okay. Never mind. I'm pretty much staying away from AMD. Amazon. Oh, this chart's starting to look a little ugly. Let me fix some of this up. Fix there, fix there. I'm gonna do last week's lows and highs. Definitely keep last week's lows and highs on your charts, guys. You know, I always switch them. But I'm just gonna do that later on. So Amazon, let's look at price action on Amazon. Friday. I was gonna be like, oh man, perfect bounce off last week's lows, but obviously that's the low of the week. Amazon just pretty decent. Kind of have resistance. You see this in any chart, guys. You should be like, light bulb. You're just looking for the break above, and then you know the break above. You get in and watch it hold. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times it tested this 123 level. So kind of keep that in mind, especially dark pool right here. So, you know, when that came in, we're just consolidating between this little tiny price. We broke above, continued. So you definitely want to watch that 123 level. I'm gonna pop that up there. Let's do key level coordinates 123. So going into today, watching that 123 level where the dark pool 770 million. Dark pools on Friday are kind of hard to watch. But the main thing with Amazon was that 126. I've been telling people that 126 level has been a pretty decent level, which was this old pivot right here. Resistance, 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 kind of almost resistance here. We broke up on earnings. Basically a good play on Amazon. Just these downtrends, just these trend lines just seem to be working on a lot of stocks. That was your play on Amazon. I think I had that, and I almost got puts here. And I almost got destroyed. But we were able to break below. Kind of holding that 121 level, which I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where that comes from, but we do have, we kind of watch where our earnings were. Let's kind of break it down. Kind of see where that volume came in from the earnings, where we pushed. Until that dark pool was a pretty solid spot, kind of where actually earnings did come in. And that's where we caught. What's up, Baboosh? You got your maraca?
Hey.
But as you can tell, most of that. Wow, sorry about that. Someone's got a maraca. Earnings push basically bought in. Amazon because overall is just looking like NQ. So I'd play, if you want to play Amazon, I'd play it based on what NQ looks like. Pretty much identical, I think. Push up, drop, base, drop. Amazon, push up, drop, base, drop. So pretty much identical to me. Google looks pretty ugly. If we do catch some downside, I'd kind of look into Google that 99.50 is going to be that first PT, which we do have that gap fill. So if you are like very bearish in the market, I think Google is a good choice for you. If you want to do some put swings, but also, when the market does rebound, I think Google, Apple, AMD would be my three choices of stocks to kind of hold long term. With Google, decent price action. Let's look at the price action Friday. Definitely showed a little strength compared to, that was a nice pop up, but that has some figures. Let's see how we get to Meta next. But Google, the only thing I want to look at is more downside. To Google. Meta. I just want to see Meta. Let's just look at Meta on the naked chart. You can't tell me this is not a bearish chart. This is horrible. This is one of the ugliest charts I've seen. Well, no, there's a lot of ugly charts out there. But this thing, man. Poor Meta. We got one. Let me say this is. Meta has big resistance of 170. I don't think Meta's gonna get the 170 for a bit. I'd have to get back all last week's price action. It's a big. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about 170 right now. I'm looking at downsides and then possibly bounces. So meta, what I have on the chart is right here. Yeah, I mean, you right here. Here's my, if you saw my charts, we played this 170 level multiple times. I mean, rejection. I think we played this one, and then we played the put. Pretty sure we played the meta put off that rejection here. So yeah, this 170 level is a huge rejection area. Pretty much back and forth. Erase that. Just move last week's lows, highs. That weekly candle. This weekly candle is ugly. This is a bearish engulfing candle. So did we take meta last week? I wanted to. It was so bad. There's a couple times. I'll go back to my last week low because I almost took it off that last week low. Yeah, we got 75% on meta. We got 150p's and way in the money. But meta off the bat coming up to that 170 level, just like you said, Stevie. Okay. Big rejection, breaking pivot after pivot. Last week's low, you could tell we had a nice breakdown and retest, and then continuation down. So that would have been a play. I would have gotten out at that key level 153, but I missed that play. I think I was in other shorts. I don't like to overthink or over leverage on shorts. But overall meta, COVID lows are 137.10. So that's kind of my next level. That possibly could catch some buy-ins. Obviously, some people had to buy there. Rode it pretty good. Pretty good ride up. No, I was looking at this daily. Right here, daily demand that we gapped up on. We're in it right now, but you can tell we caught some nice buying from it. Right there, 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Like I say, it's not fresh anymore. I really don't like to play it, but overall, meta's looking pretty ugly. But it's all so hard to chase this. Eventually, meta's going to be a really good buy. But the play I took was execution was beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful support here. We were able to break below. We came up even with a strong early on day on Thursday. Thursday we grabbed puts when we retested that huge former support. We caught beautiful play. That was my first 100% play in 3 weeks. Because as you know, I don't really get many 100% plays, but I do pretty much win every trade. So I'll take the offset. I'm taking the wins. So last week I only lost once, and that play went green. And then my last loss before that was back in August 15th. So actually going on a good run. And AMD, our AMD calls kind of went to zero. So 2 losses in a month. I'll take it. I'll take it any day. Port's growing. Microsoft. Just a lot of tickers watch Friday's lows. It's gonna be your main. Oops. I was just gonna delete that. Oh, that's a good play. That's a good play right here. This beautiful break, but kind of watch Friday's lows, which are pretty much last week's lows on a lot of things. Same with Meta. Pretty ugly chart. I'm kind of looking to see if we catch some bids on this demand right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 weeks in a row where we're able to push up 12% on Microsoft. So that's what I'm looking at. Microsoft. That's kind of, that's the only place I'd short it to 235.90. We break below that pivot. NVIDIA. This thing's ugly. We're catching bids. It's really hard for price action to look at price action back here because this was before the split when it was 600, 650 to like 400 right here. So this price action was a lot different. So it's really hard to go back and figure out where supply and demands are. But I'm definitely kind of staying away. That's a pretty solid daily candle though. 2 gaps above, but overall kind of want to stay away from semis. Just seems like you get that pre-market news, which hurts everything. Tesla, we're holding 2 runners on puts. Had 2 nice average outs. Where is this play? Tesla, we bought 2.95, sold at 3.5, sold at 3.7. And then we kind of held one and I averaged down, which I really don't like to do, but kind of staying strong. So definitely watching. You can tell this is Friday's lows. We didn't even get close to Friday's lows, gapping down. Most stocks are. No, never mind. Most stocks are. That's where you can tell if a stock is weak or not. It gapped down below Friday's lows. So break below that sometime today. Break below that, we are seeing this little. We probably are going to see this consolidation. We had this kind of triangle breakout. Wow. So we're looking right here where buyers came in really strong, pushed it up. So if we do get back here, we might catch a little bounce, might grab like a day trade on a call. If not, I'd love to see it get back down to 280. That's really where I want to see it. Kind of that 280 level is pretty decent on that level. You guys can hit that like button. That'd be appreciated. If you're not subscribed, if you guys could just go ahead and subscribe, that'd be awesome. Kind of had some Canada news that's kind of pushing the market up, I think, a little bit. Should have been shortened natural gas. What is natural gas? Natural. It's H. No, that's Mexico. It's HG. Let's see. Natural gas is gonna be like pretty much NG. Natural gas, pretty. Natural gas, man. This thing's 1/10 of a penny is. What is that? You play futures on this, they're gonna ruin you or make you. Futures calculator. Natural gas. Well, that's heating oil. I mean, that's crazy. Natural gas, 1/10 of a penny is $10, so every penny is $100 on natural gas. I just saw news on it's gonna be the lowest close and since July 19th. U.S. home values fall in August by largest amount since 2011. That's what we're looking for a market crash, guys. I've been saying it for probably a year. The next market crash is going to happen when the supply and demand flip on the housing market. Because you know the demand for houses was so high, people were buying above ask, sight unseen, no inspection, just because there's no, the demand was way up here. Demand way up here, and then you had a supply down here. So you had so much demand for it. People were paying crazy money, especially in California, like $100,000 above ask. No, as is. No, I mean, when we bought our house, we were able to go back and forth with the seller and like, can you fix this? Can you fix this? We're not buying unless you fix this. Now they're doing it sight unseen as is. So we need the demand to drop. And then you start seeing the supply, start seeing more houses for sale. The house across the street took a couple weeks to sell. They had to drop their price. 2-3 months ago, that wouldn't have happened. That thing would have sold that day. So once the demand starts dropping, you'll see the supply start creeping up, and that's where our market crash is going to happen. Been saying that for like a year. Because even buyers able to afford a house at current rates couldn't feel frozen, waiting for mortgage rates to fall. So no one wants to buy at mortgage rate as it is. Typical home values are still up 14% from a year ago and 43% since August of 2019. But back to that spy play. What is he? My dog always comes in my office and pees. What was the driving that spiked housing demand? Just a lot of things. I mean, there are a lot of flippers. The mortgage rate was what, under 2%? Like, it was the best time to refinance during COVID. They, yeah, he peed in here too. Paste. That's old. It's like a new one. There we go. That one's better. So, you had your mortgage rates under 3. This is like your best time to refinance. I think I have a 4% on my house, which is really good, I think. But, after COVID, the rates on everything went down. You're able to buy a house less. It was the way I can explain it is the best time to kind of upgrade your house. Your house was overvalued. You were able to sell your house basically for more than what you bought it for, more than what it's worth, just because the demand was there. That then you buy a new house, which is a little bit overpriced too, but you have a smaller refinance, so you actually are paying less over time. So you could basically upgrade your house and pay less. Same with when I first met my wife, she was paying a very high interest rate on her car, and I was like, we could trade your car in and get an interest rate right now at like 3% on your car, and we could basically upgrade your car for free. Just we'd be paying the same monthly payment. That's what we did. We got a brand new SUV. She went from like a little used Honda Civic to a brand new SUV, and we're paying the same amount just because the interest rate. So below 2% interest rate, the 4, I think it's above 6 right now. That's big. You're paying a lot of interest. So that's what's causing the slowdown right now. It was kind of just like the snowball effect from this lower interest rate. So, I don't really know what caused the actual huge spike and everyone wanted to buy houses. But, it was a good time to upgrade. If I could, a couple months ago, if I could have sold my house and had a place to live, would have been the best time to do it. And then wait for this market to pull back, the housing market to pull back, and then capitalize on the crash, which is sad, but capitalize on someone else's crash. But let's see what we're doing right now. We're kind of catching a little push up from that. Kind of from our double bottom. You can tell demand. We hit demand, so why isn't this button not working? Created demand here. So we had a nice little pop up from there. Broke below, but we're just kind of bouncing. 850. ES created a lower low. NQ did not, but decent push up. Like I said, if we were able to push up, definitely watch here or possibly this little base in between the Asia market and European Open. You can tell European Open, they drove it down. But appreciate you guys. If you guys can hit that like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, that'd be awesome. If you guys go to my Twitter at Fear Brandon, I do have all the FOMCs from like the last two. Show you. From the last two, like the last 8 FOMCs. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5. If you just want to look at the price, it's all there and whatnot. But appreciate you guys. Probably my expectation is like kind of a little run up. Usually we have like a little run up to Powell, and then if he does 0.75, I think it's going to be the same thing when we do the run up to FOMC. They announce the rate, we drop a little bit. Powell talks, and we